This is Matt from Toolboxing. I'd like to be joined by Kalle Sauerland. Kalle, I know you've done a lot of media. It's been a stressful 24...
I haven't done much media today. No.
It's been a stressful 24, 48 hours. Can you sort of give us an update on where we're at with this fight? The board have put a statement out. Obviously, there's been an adverse finding in Conor Benn's test. Where are we at with this fight?
Where we're at is that we're planning to have a fight on Saturday night. There's multiple tools that we have to fight. We've received pretty much the same statement that has been put out, was written to us this morning. So from Team Eubank's side, we've just received a letter saying that they can't sanction it. And that's not the event, but that specific fight. And that's on the basis of it not being in the interest of boxing. That's it. There's no reference to anything else. So it's something that obviously our legal teams are looking at the moment and discussing with the legal team of the board. That's something which I'll find out when I've left this media workout where we're at.
At what point did you find out about the test results? Because I think I heard you on TalkSport say this was a test that was done end of August, early September. So I just wondered, when were you alerted or made aware of these findings?
We've been aware for a little while, enough time. I can't go into exact details, but it's all with the lawyers. Enough time for us to go to a medical side of things first and foremost to check exactly what it meant. None of us are doctors or medical experts, so we sought the advice of medical experts in that field in this country and abroad. That was then discussed internally, and here we are today. That's all I can say.
How long have you been advised on how long it would take to obtain a B sample if we got these results a few weeks ago or some time ago?
That's a question for Team Ben. For us, it's we can only go until this morning. We can only go with the British board stuff, and that is based solely on UCAD. Now, there's a lot of priors on that. There's a lot of precedents on that, and the UCAD tests have been negative. Juniors, obviously, but also Ben's. So this refers to a test which was done by Vada, which was actually signed up for on a voluntary basis. The tests after that from Vada were also negative. Ultimately, we don't look at that. We look at simply there was a positive test. That's for us what we sent to our medical experts, and that's why we're still here today.
Kalle, you said that Conor and Chris have had a conversation and they've spoke this morning. Chris Eubank said that he hasn't spoken to Conor at all. What is the latest on that?
I saw that quote, but that's a bit cheeky because he said they haven't spoken since it's broken. They spoke let's say before that, about this, but not this morning. So I think in another interview he clarified that. So please don't put that out because that's fake news. That's not what he said. He said we haven't spoken since it's broken. So we haven't spoken is one quote, and we haven't spoken since it's broken is the correct quote.
Now that the fight is potentially off, we're not sure if it goes ahead. Is Chris Eubank still going to try and make weight?
That's a point we will discuss at the press conference tomorrow. Right now, for me, it's a case of the legal side of things. There's obviously discussions on other points taking place at the same time. But right now, it's finding a way of finding a solution with the board. And if that's not possible, our B's and C's.
Kalle, a lot of people are asking, what's the point of drug testing if people are going to test positive and the fight's still going to go ahead?
I'm not going to give an opinion on that right now. I think I've made my opinion on doping very clear in the past. We're in a set of circumstances. We've had experts in every field look at those circumstances, and here we are today. The ultimate decision from our side is not taken by the experts, not taken by myself, it's taken by Chris.
And the safety of the fighters, how much does that come into play when you're looking at keeping the fight on?
No, absolutely. That's why we take the highest medical opinions on it and look at actually what the findings are and what the tests are. And that's really all I can say on that.
Kalle, mentioning kind of the safety of the fighters, obviously there's been a strong reaction online. when you look at kind of Eubank Senior's concerns in the build up to this over the weight, and then you look at Eubank Senior or Watson, what happened there, Ben McClellan, obviously some travesties and tragedies in those fights. Does that not kind of put a bad mark on the sport?
I'm here to discuss the sport today, on what we're trying to put on this weekend. I don't want to talk about the past. I want to talk about the facts right now, because that's why I'm standing here, to give you the facts. That's all I can talk about right now, is the facts of what is right now.
So if say you're looking at the fight for this weekend, are there any kind of provisions in place, say if Eubank can't fight Ben, is there anybody else who's been looked at as maybe a step-in and a replacement opponent?
No, absolutely not.
Kalle, what's Eubank's mood right now? Is he feeling still confident that the fight's gone ahead, and also is he quite annoyed at Conor Benn, obviously? What's the mood in the camp?
Look, I obviously haven't been with Chris this morning. I've been in a boardroom full of lawyers. I've seen as much of him as you've seen of him. I did speak to him on the phone briefly on the way up here, and he's, I said, well, is it changed since it's broken? He said, no, absolutely not. I'm coming to work out. I'm not doing that for fun, and it's now down to a little bit out of his hands. So that part we are addressing.
And let's say the fight goes ahead, and then the result goes against Chris Eubank Jr. Do you think there'll be a bit of resentment there? Because obviously the fight went ahead.
That's a question for him, not for me.
Okay, guys. Cheers. Couch, one more.
Yeah.
You talk about the medical advice. So are we categorically saying that it's not performance enhancing?
That is what's categorically been told to us, yes.
Okay.